what's up everyone? Thank you so much for checking out this video. Here on Show Style and Spirit, I am Ebony, of course. I want to talk about the latest episode of the Queens of R&B, Xscape and SWV. I am absolutely going to miss this show. I cannot believe we just have one episode left. Bravo did goof up. Like, we're going to have to wait 3 weeks before The Real Housewives of Atlanta starts. They should have just given this spinoff 9 episodes. That's what they should have ordered instead of just 6. But whatever, I guess you live and you learn, including big TV execs, right? So before we get started, please do me a favor and hit the like button on this video. And then also, if you have not already done so, please subscribe to my channel, Show Style and Spirit. I offer a variety of content, mainly TV show recaps. I do get to interview some of my favorite TV stars, so definitely check out some of those interviews. Okay, let's go right on ahead and jump right on in. You know that I've taken notes. So, the episode opens up with Tamika meeting up with Tasha so that they can talk about their sisterly relationship. One thing that I noticed is that, Tamika walked in, she was waiting for Tasha to come out of the booth, the recording booth, and she didn't say anything to Rocky. Rocky said, "What's up, Meek?" And as far as I could see, Tamika didn't say anything. At least that's the way the producers edited that scene. We did not see Tamika expound upon that in her confessional, but it looked like she didn't even bother to speak back, which, I mean, do what makes you comfortable and happy. It was just something that I noticed. So anyway, Tasha comes out of the recording booth. Rocky and I'm guessing like the sound engineer or another individual, they get up and leave, and the two ladies sit down. And, they both say about how they need to get back to being sisters and communicating. 3 months without talking is a long time. And Tamika let Tasha know, "Oh, I met with your mother, our mother, and it went well." They did hug in the end, her and her mom, as we saw a couple of episodes back. However, Tamika, I will say that I don't want you to get hung up on that just because someone is your blood relative, that you have to regularly talk to them and spend physical space with them. I don't agree with that at all. Some people, they're not going to change. They're not going to respect you or treat you how they want to be treated in return. I know that it's a hard pill to swallow, but it's the medicine that you need, Tamika. You'll have more peace. You'll have more self-confidence. And I mean, it's hard to admit that some people who are your blood relatives don't see it for you. But you have your husband, you have your children, you have your grandbaby, you have your bandmates, and you have your fans. You are certainly not alone. And I think that once she accepts that, Tasha allegedly, in my opinion, will basically, put her out, take some money from up under her. Once she admits that that's just how it's happening with her sister and her mom and her brother-in-law, allegedly, I think that she'll feel better in the end once she has the strength to accept that. Let me know what you all think. All right. And also, Tamika said in her confessional, in regards to being close with Tasha, she said, if something were to happen to one of us, we would be so messed up. And I say, Tamika, do not live based on fear. Don't live based on fear of what might happen. And God forbid if something were to happen, because if you're living by fear, that's going to be the bad choices as well. And then the people who gaslight and manipulate you, they'll see that you're living by fear, and they'll just take that gaslighting up a notch. Trust me, been there, done that. All right. So then we see where the two groups are auditioning for dancers for their show. Tamika said in her confessional that this was her most favorite part of the process of putting on a show. I thought one of the dancers looked like one of the young ladies from Candy and the Gang when they were calling out the dancers' numbers who had made it to the next step. She was like all the way to the end, like nearly by the door, and she was wearing a wig that was like a medium bob. I could have sworn that was, I think, Dominique from Candy and the Gang. Let me know if you all recognized her in the episode. But anyway, Taj, she got out with the dancers. I love Taj's positive energy. I said that before. She was out there doing the worm and breakdancing. She just seems so down to earth and relatable and approachable, a real positive, lighthearted energy that would just like calm you. I totally love Taj. And in their confessionals, Taj and Tamika said that they were the strongest dancers. Lily actually spoke for SWV in her confessional. She said that Taj was their strongest dancer, and Lily said that herself was the weakest dancer. And Tamika said that she was the strongest, and Candy was Escape's weakest dancer. She said, "Our weakest is not here right now." Candy had something to do and couldn't attend the audition. But Candy has said that, I want to say on Still Kicking It, she said that dancing was not her thing. So we have definitely heard that before. But we know that Candy can sing and can write a song, honey, and can make a business flourish. So she has many other gifts, okay? So then we see where, see, sometimes Google Slides will do this and it is so annoying, but, or maybe I just forgot, but there was a slide that I took of where SWV, they met for like lunch or something and Coco was smoking the hookah. And that is when Taj told them that Escape feels like, you know, the show should end on understanding and not weak. And their rationale is that they can sell more tickets based upon Tiny and Candy's reality TV presence and them having millions of followers on social media, on Instagram, whereas and Twitter, whereas SWV, they don't even have 1 million followers combined. So, okay, I feel a couple of ways. Number one, as a fan of both groups and a fan of music, just from a fan's perspective, I don't think any of us are thinking, oh yeah, these singers are huge stars because of their social media following. I don't know, perhaps that's a Gen Z thing or the younger millennials that would think that way, but because I'm old enough to remember being a fan as a kid of these singers when there was no social media, but yet you still knew them from like the magazine interviews, the interviews on BET and MTV, the music videos. You were followers just from those outlets. So I just don't feel like fans of music will really think, oh yeah, they're such huge stars because of their number of Instagram followers. That's number one. And then number two, I will say that, you know, Escape, they did humble themselves over that whole top billing issue. They did say, okay, well, we'll just co-headline. So it's okay, SWV, for y'all to like give in a little now. Now it's your turn. Just let them end the show on understanding, please. So all y'all can shut the fuck up, okay? And just get on with the show. Because from us fans, the perspective, it looks really petty and really small. I mean, you all are millionaires. You make a ton of money. You're healthy. You live wonderful lives. And you all are going back and forth like some, you know, like cats or something about the last song. That's just so silly. Or make it a medley. Get with DJ A1. Can he mix the two songs and make them one? Is that what we're going to see at the show in episode 6? If we do, I'm a genius. But I mean, just so y'all will shut up and just move on from that whole thing. But that was what Taj met with her group when they had lunch. I forgot the screenshot, my bad. And she kind of gassed them up. So in this screenshot that you see, this is Candy hugging Coco, and she's meeting with the graphics designer guy. Remember the last episode when the graphics designer guy was working with Tamika on the backgrounds on the stage where it would show like the name of the groups and all this cool lighting? Well, he's also putting together the song list. So in Coco's confessional, I guess the producer asked Coco, you know, what's up with him being there? What are your thoughts? Because Coco says, hell if I know why the graphics designer guy is doing the song list. And it was just hilarious because like, you know, Coco, Taj, and Lily, they got like those East Coast accents. Combine that with just their being blunt and straight to the point. It is hilarious, okay? It's like watching like a mob movie almost, like the sequel to Goodfellas, but with black people in it. I love it. So I feel like, so in my opinion, I do feel like Weak is the bigger song. Between Weak and Understanding, I would say that Weak was like the more mainstream record. And then, Taj knew their numbers, their stats. She said Week is 3 million strong. So I guess they sold just in the single alone 3 million copies. Perhaps that also includes streams, CDs, cassette tapes. I think that's very impressive. 3 million records of one single. So I do feel like Week is the bigger song. However, for the spirit of collaboration and compromising, Escape, they bowed down to the whole top billing issue. Okay, SWV, y'all can go ahead and let them end the song on understanding. But also in this scene, Coco was being very blunt. She also felt like the song list was very slow because they were going to open up. First, the graphics designer guy said, "I'm so into you." She said, "We're not." He said, "The Anything remix." She said, "Okay." And then it was like a bunch of slow songs. And she said, "This is sleepy. This is slow." And Candy called her difficult in her confessional. Now, Candy, I love you, but I don't think that Coco was being difficult on the song list, the order of the songs, because it was a lot of ballads. And in my opinion, Escape, a lot of their songs are ballads to mid-tempo, whereas SWV, they do have more of a mix of both up-tempo songs and mid-tempo and slow songs. So I think that all those ballads were meant to showcase what Escape specializes in. But I agree with Coco that for the concert, you should want it to be as energetic as possible while people are hyped. And if they're going to start to feel a little sleepy, it'll be towards the end of the show where you sing all of the ballads. And you're talking about closing out with slow songs. So I totally get Coco's point, and I don't think that she was being difficult. But you all let me know what you think. Okay, so then we see both groups. They meet at a clothing designer's boutique, and he does design for strippers. So Lily said in her confessional that when she walked into the store, she was expecting to see custom blazers, custom jumpsuits, but she saw like the two pieces, and it was like fur over like the boob cups and like where the kitty cat goes. And she was like, it looked like Magic City. But yes, Lily, this designer, he does specialize in making outfits for the strippers. Now, Tiny said on her way there with Candy that she felt like SWV's look was dated. Now, I do got those screenshots. I'm going to show y'all a couple of screenshots, one from SWV, one from Escape. And Tiny felt like, they're dated. They're still dressing in their 90s gear, 90s jerseys. And she said, now it's 2023. We have to like update our look. And I do agree with Tiny, y'all. Now in this scene also, after he was done with his presentation, he had sketches for them. And I thought that he was very professional. And I thought that he and his boyfriend were very cute. Okay. But anyway, they were talking, and Lily gets very mad. She said, I'm just not going to argue this long over a song and social media followers, and I'm not going to let anyone put us down because we don't have all these social media followers. And Lily, I don't think that Escape was putting you down. I think that they were using their social media following to try and compensate for not selling as many records as you and not having as many singles that they can sing when they want to entertain people. They already know that you are the bigger group. And the way that they kind of, put that Band-Aid on and pad the difference is to say, well, a couple of us have done lots of things outside of music. And as a result, we have millions of followers on social media. And so that makes us a little bit more current. We can sell more tickets. That's their rationale, Lily. It doesn't make it a strong rationale. It's just like a debate. So, don't get caught up on that. Don't get offended. That's just their perspective. That is how they are, compensating for you all being the bigger group in terms of like mainstream sales and notoriety. I've had white coworkers who they seem to be very familiar with SWV. They love Week and the Right Here remix. Not saying like if white people know you that means anything, but the late great comedian Bernie Mac, rest in peace, he did say during the Kings of Comedy that white people know you, ooh, you somebody. So, that's what I think of. So don't worry about that, Lily. It's just how they compensate the difference. So let's get into some looks. So This to me does say 90s. Taj is wearing like a blue sparkly basketball jersey. Then we have Coco. Hers is like open, almost like, is that supposed to be like a baseball or a hockey jersey? And it just reminded me of Mary J. Blige's Real Love video when she and her background dancers were dancing in those hockey jerseys with the knee pads. And that's totally like, I was in middle school. That was, I don't know, maybe 1992 or something like that. So that's what this is giving. So Tiny had a point. And then this is how like they dress when they perform. They're wearing like the glittery sequin bodysuits, which I believe Beyonce is the one who made that popular when she performs on stage, and the other female singers in the industry have all followed suit. I do feel like this is more current, more sexy. So I would have to go with Escape on the whole wardrobe thing. But in that scene where they met with the designer, I believe that they did all agree on black and silver. They seem to be like clashing on a lot of things. And I think that both groups need to learn what's major and what's minor in terms of offenses and disagreements. And what's minor, just say, fuck it, y'all end on understanding. That's how I look at it. But so here's the scene, y'all. I'm sure y'all have heard about it since late Sunday night with the other bloggers commenting. And this is very important. So let's jump right on in. So they are having a business meeting. We don't see Candy. She's in the corner. But Tamika made copies of receipts and passed them out. And they are sitting down and going over some text messages. And I have my notes where Rocky allegedly has been getting kickbacks from a promoter. Tasha denied it, but the promoter sent text messages to Tamika, and again, she made copies, and the text messages show them sealing the deal, the promoter and Rocky. And in fact, Rocky showed at least one payment, one kickback to Tasha so that she would be on board with convincing the other three members of Escape to do these shows up under this particular promoter. It is awful. So here, check out the way Bravo, they like pulled out some parts of the text message. I explained to my wife, this is Rocky speaking allegedly, that you were my guy. You are my hookup. So later on, he says, so can you shoot me 20, meaning according to Tamika, $20,000. And then there is more. And the promoter says, I will look out for you, but I need all four ladies. The promoter is speaking in the purple. I will look out for you, but I need all four ladies. And then Rocky says, I'm with you. That's why I'm showing her that you got me, because she is the one who is going to make all them listen. So this is terrible. Like in my last thumbnail about Tamika's receipts showing like the double endorsed check and that not being her signature, and speaking with Tiny's mom, on the thumbnail I said that you cannot trust family. And it's so sad. Now, Rocky is not Tamika's blood relative, but damn, her sister married him, has a child with him. They've been together for nearly 30 years. He obviously has no regard for his sister-in-law or the bandmates that his wife has been a part of since they were kids. He does not care if he ruins those relationships that Tasha has had for dozens of years, all to line his pockets. Allegedly, and in my opinion. And I'm saying this based off of what I saw in the episode in these text messages. Tasha, I get that you've had this long time dream of being a solo singer. I get it. Everyone wants companionship and someone to love. And who likes being fat? I'm bringing all this up because, we all remember her when they first came out. She was thick. And I'm guessing that Rocky was the first guy who really paid her some attention, and the first guy that she slept with allegedly. And then she was motivated to lose the weight. And, he probably promised her that he would make her a solo singer. Could be what he says to the alleged mistresses, okay? And then she just probably felt like, she finally got somebody. She may not be able to get nobody, so let me stick with him. And then, I feel like she's also married her mom, someone to manipulate her and gaslight her, allegedly. This is not factual. This is all opinion. So I feel like she's in like a really thick cloud of smoke and like somebody's got to pull her out of it. Tamika's been in that cloud of smoke, having Tasha and her mom as family members, but she's like coming out of it. She can see a little bit more clearly. But that Tasha, that smoke, it's got her blind. And Tiny on Candy's latest speak on it, she asked everyone to pray for Tiny, to pray for Tasha, probably in the hopes that the blinders will come off. But this episode was very telling, y'all. We only have one more left. We have to see how Rocky's going to respond when Tasha calls him. I'm guessing he's going to play dumb, and then he's going to trash talk the promoter. So hopefully Candy will have the promoter on her next speak on it. Oh my gosh, what if I'm predicting stuff, y'all? So I was saying that maybe they'll have their DJ do a medley of Weak and Understanding. And then I just said maybe Candy will have the promoter on her next speak on it. We'll have to see if that happens. But thank you for checking out this video. Please hit the like button. It will really help me out so much. And please subscribe to my channel if you have not already done so, y'all. Thank you again. I hope you have a great evening and a great rest of the week. I'll come back with a review on Grown in Gospel. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.